Good morning. You're with me, Miriam Angel and Salim Barisa. How are you doing today? 16 minutes past 8. And you know what? It is that second hour. Actually, the third hour. 67, 78, 89. Right. It's the third hour. Tumekuja hapa mapema sana. Saa zingine we forget.
Kama tumerauka.
At times we forget. You get so used to it. But you know what? In studio right now, we do have Dr. Madiha Salim. She is a psychologist. She's also the Dean School of Humanities and Social Sciences at TUM University. Dr. Madiha, good morning.
Good morning.
How
are you?
I'm good, my dear. How are you?
I'm okay.
So good to have you here.
Thank you.
Initially, we had planned to have a whole conversation around the state of universities in Kenya, but we're going to twist it a little bit because I just learned that Dr. Madiha is an author and she's written a beautiful book. It's called Empowering Futures, a handbook for career guidance in schools. I have it right here. And if you can see, I told you, go stream www.swahilipotfm.co.ke. This is the book by Dr. Madiha. So we're going to look at careers, right?
Madiha.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to look at careers as a whole. But before that, Madiha, lecturers went on strike yesterday.
Yes.
And this is based on the arrears that is owed to them, around 10.5 billion.
Correct.
And when we're looking at that article on the Standard today, that story in the Standard newspaper today, some of the students also say they would accompany their lecturers during the strike.
I'm not surprised.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate. Where I work, we received students just 2 weeks back.
Yeah.
Excited, accompanied by the parents, the first year students. We received more than 2,500 students.
Yeah.
They've learned only for a week. We had an elaborate orientation program for them.
Yeah.
They're excited, and now the strike. The lecture halls are empty, nobody is going to class, and it's cutting across the entire nation.
Yeah.
All public universities, there's no learning taking place. It's unfortunate.
And this is owing to the fact that that money has not been paid.
Yes, the money has not been paid. So the lecturers, from what I also read, is they gave a notice, and here we are. Today's day 2.
Have you guys also gone on strike?
Yeah, it's a public university. All public universities have gone on strike. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
That's what we see on TV and we read
because
we're in Mombasa. But the strike has started.
What's the situation in TUM? And I think I just want you to talk about how the delay in funds has actually affected universities in Kenya.
Well, it has affected because there's so many things that we cannot do, so many activities that we cannot be able to run because of scarcity of funds.
Yeah.
Yes. So it is affecting us, not just salaries, but also the daily running of institutions and programs. Things are getting more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If since 1963 we had one university, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we've expanded to 78 universities.
Yes.
Has the quality kept pace with the quantity?
Yes, I believe so, because I also went to the universities in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I remember at that time we had University of Nairobi, Kenyatta University, JKUAT, Moi. I think we had only 5 public universities, if I'm not mistaken. I was at Moi University in Eldoret. And quality has definitely changed. It has been diluted so much. So many students are now coming to the university. It's not like university used to be a very serious institution. I remember when I was in Eldoret, we didn't really have issues with accommodation. Facilities were there. Things were very good. The government used to provide us with some cash, and financing came from the government. Everybody used to get what we call help today, because we eventually paid that money. It wasn't just for a few people. So long as you go to the public university, you're entitled to government funding, and the government life was very comfortable. Going to the university was a big deal. And even some of my colleagues used to have 2 rooms. The university is big. At least at Moi University we had Ngeria and Soweto, so there was plenty of space. So you'll have a room in Ngeria and a room in Soweto. In a room you're only 2 people, so it was an experience to be at the university. But now there's congestion, so many students. Universities cannot be able to accommodate all these students, and the universities are there, but the expansion is slow. So definitely facilities are not the way they used to be. There's a rundown.
Yeah. You've mentioned dilution. What can we attribute this dilution to, especially when it comes to the quality of education that the students are getting from the institutions?
Yeah, maybe more funds, because we have capable people. Members of staff are highly trained, and they're eager to share the knowledge that they have acquired over the years. We're very experienced people, professors and doctors and specialists in different areas, but what they need is a support. And support, we have the government through their funding to the education sector, but also we need players from the private sectors to support universities, like in the developed nations, where we have the private sector, the companies, like here in Mombasa, we have some MOUs with some of the companies here in Mombasa, like at TUM, but we need to see more engagement from the government and from the private sector, and from individuals in the community, those who can extend. We have foundations that can come in and assist in building hostels, in providing equipments for our studios. Like at the university where I work, we have a studio, and I have written to broadcasting what do you call them, these media houses, the equipments that they're not using, so that we all support. So if a university is in Kilifi, they get support from private sector and the community in Kilifi and the government. I think the government is also getting overwhelmed because there's so many universities right now as compared to what used to happen before.
Yes. And so, with the many universities, one would expect that the quality of education would be better. And it's unfortunate that what you experienced back then is so different from what the students are experiencing right now. What does that even mean when it comes to now who the universities are? No, I don't want to say producing. Who the universities are releasing to the workforce?
That is the situation. That the quality is definitely diluted, but. Now that the situation is already there, the students are already there. So the question is, how are we going to up our game? Okay. So we need to increase the funding so that the students who are already there are not disadvantaged. Yes.
Doktor.
Yes.
Mimi swali langu litakuja hapa juzi kati hapa, kama universities zimefika 78 hizo kwa idadi.
Public they around 40 something.
Okay. So tuzungumzie zote hizo ambazo kwamba ziko. Wakati ule miaka ya nyuma zilikuwa 5 hivyo ambavyo kwamba umesema, na quality tunaiona. Tuzungumzie kile tunachokiona. Hii hapa ya doctor tunaiona. Sasa hivi umesema quality imeshuka, iko diluted.
Si kama ilivyokuwa, zile facilities zilikuwa zatosheleza wakati ule.
So pengine huu wingi umeifanya kwamba hii sector sasa iwe it's more business wise than the output. Na kuna wakati kukuwa na uvumi kwamba basi hizi nyingine zikuwe merged, uziondolewe, zirudi sijui wapelekwe mahali au wanafunzi. Is that tunaweza tukachukua hiyo barabara ili kupunguza, turudishe ile quality ambayo zamani mlikuwa nayo?
Mimi nitasema kwamba wajua kitu chochote kizuri ni lazima uspende. Na population ya Kenya wakati sisi tulipokuwa tuko katika vyuo vikuu ilikuwa ni chache. Na population ya Kenya sasa inazidi kuwa kuexpand. Kwa hivyo wanafunzi pia ni wengi. Tulianza na university moja, University of Nairobi, halafu ika expand, because nakumbuka mimi nikisoma Moi University, Maseno University, na ilikuwa ni branch ya Moi University. It was a constituent college of Moi University. Pia wakati ule ilikuwa hii sasa tunaita University of Eldoret, ilikuwa pia ni college ya Moi University. So baadaye kila college ikasimama ikawa nini, ikawa chuo. Unaona ile dunia inaenda mbele, watu wanazidi kuwa wengi, na kuna ile need na demand ya university, unaona. Kwa hivyo kwa wale wanafunzi wengi katika vyuo, kwangu mimi sio tatizo. Tatizo ni kwamba tupate zile hizo facilities sasa, lecture halls hizo kama kutahitajika, yani vitu vya ziada, ili unaona ni kama race, farasi wawili wanakimbia, lakini mmoja yuko faster na ule yuko slow. Ni hizo fedha, unaona. Fedha hazija keep up na ile idadi ya wale wanafunzi. Sasa wakati sisi tulipokuwa tunasoma, fedha na farasi hao wawili walikuwa wakienda sambamba. Tulikuwa tukienda sambamba. Zile needs pale zinakuwa satisfied. Naam.
All right. So, Dr. Madiha, I want us to look at your book.
Yes.
And it's Empowering Futures, a handbook for careers, for career guidance in schools.
Yes.
And of course, it's by Dr. Madiha Salim, Hamis. There's on this, I'm looking at the table of contents. Hapa, it says why career guidance matters in Kenya today.
Yes.
That is a very important conversation to have, because when it comes to career guidance, we have instances where you do a certain course because your parent wants you to do it, right?
Exactly.
And then there's also the other side where I want to do this because I see my friends going in this direction.
Exactly.
I also remember going in university and seeing some of my classmates not deferring, but actually switching courses. You know, saying, okay, fine, I'm in media, yes, but I don't want to do this. I want to do something else.
Exactly.
Can we talk about why career guidance is important in Kenya today?
Well, I personally served as director, Directorate of Career Services at the university. And there's a deliberate effort made by the government at the moment in institutions of learning, right from high schools to universities. They have made it compulsory that all these institutions need to mount directorates of careers. Because we are realizing that there's a lot of confusion when it comes to choosing a career. As you have said, parents want to live their dreams in their children. Just recently, I had a student who is passionate about broadcast journalism, but the parent is insisting that my son has to do medical engineering. So the son is like, I've already done a program in medical laboratory sciences for my parents. Now just give me space for me to do broadcast journalism because this is my interest. And then there's that tug of war. So it actually brings a challenge because at the end of the day, careers is about passion, it's about interest. It's not just about qualifications. So when a student gets a B+ or an A- or an A for that matter, everybody is like, this one is medicine. But there's so many things that people don't really understand when it comes to choosing the right career. You are usually in the world of work for a long time, assuming you complete your first degree at the age of 24. And retirement age is age 60. So it's around 36 years of going to do that thing that you love or that thing that you hate. So it's actually career guidance is very important. So when I saw there's a lot of confusion, not only from students, but even the teachers were supposed to provide that guidance, I decided to write that book.
And I think that leads to my next question. Who is supposed to provide this guidance? Does it come from the teachers? Does it come from the parent? And as you're talking about who should provide the guidance, at what point should this happen?
Well, career guidance starts right from the time the student is in school, because they start developing interests in some subjects, and there are many mistakes that are made, especially in high school. Most of the time, schools usually ask students to choose and drop subjects in Form 2. So as they're proceeding to Form 3, so you'll realize, because they lack guidance, later they drop subjects, and then later they're told you have been cut out of all these many careers. Like, for example, a student who has dropped physics cannot be able to do engineering, and then later he realizes he has passion for civil engineering. So the university says, no, we cannot admit you because you dropped physics. So it actually starts, I will say practically, it starts from high school when they're choosing subjects, because we have an institution that the government has put in place, Kenya University Central Placement Services. They usually place students based on what they have decided to choose. So previously, in fact, there's a research I'm actually doing right now on CUSP's placement, because from what we hear, not many students are applying. There are so many students who have lost interest in applying through the CUSP portal. So I'm doing a research with my colleague, Dr. Adem, and we want to understand why. Previously, when I used to do a lot of career guidance in the high school setup, the teacher in charge of careers or teacher in charge of guidance and counseling used to assist the students fill the CUSP's form. But now CUSP's has decided that this application will come after the students have received their KCSE results. So that time they're very far away from their schools. Okay, so it's actually between them and their parents, and some of them are challenged because there is a payment that is supposed to be made. When they were in schools, I know of some schools where the school management will pay for the needy students when they feel that this one is capable and is needy, so they will make the payments. At that time, I remember it was around 500 shillings, but now it is 1,500 shillings. So you're struggling to keep food on the table. The parent does not understand why I should spend 1,500 shillings on application. So we have so many students. I hope that is not the reason, but I suspect it could be one of the reasons. It's not reachable for some students, and it is quite tricky. So it comes from the time when they're choosing subjects, and then who leads them, who directs them, who guides them when they're filling those CUSP's forms, because they're supposed to be interacting with the portal, and then they fill. And then they're placed based on what they have chosen. So if that is done in a high school setup, because long time ago, some 4 years, I would say, and years before, it used to be done before the students are released after KCP. With the process, because I've done it many times, the process used to be to start when they're just about to do their KCSE. So now, after that, CUSPs will place the students, will open a window for revision. So if that first window for revision is usually open after the results are released. So if I have chosen something that I've not qualified for, they pay around 500 shillings to make the changes, which is to me more practical, because the teachers have already done their best. So now the students are just a few will do that adjustment, maybe because they've not qualified to do the programs. But now it has been pushed to the student and the parent. They're supposed to be doing the selection on their own. Some are not even aware that the window has been opened. So there's that confusion that actually made me write this book. So that at the comfort of their homes, they feel guided.
I want to still talk about the parent and the student here. What happens? So there are two things. There are instances where the student wants to do a certain course, right? And I'm interested. I said, I'm interested in this one. This is what I want. And then there's the parent also looking at saying, but this in this market, this course will not, right? Because pretty much you've seen your neighbor's child did the same thing in wako nyumbani, right? And so from the parent, there's goodwill, right?
Yeah.
Then from the student, but I do not want this.
Yes.
What happens when a parent insists that a child should do a certain course? And how would that affect a child's career?
Yeah, and that is where we come in now. I'm
Yeah.
a professional counseling psychologist.
Yeah.
Sometimes we sit the parents down and we talk to the parents, because personally I have interacted with parents and students in situations that you're just expressing, and it's unfortunate that the students will do those programs. I have students who've gone to med schools, and they had very good grades, maybe an A grade, and the parent insisted that they must do medicine for obvious reasons. It's more prestigious, and then the student comes out of med school with a degree, but then they don't practice. They refuse to practice. I have a case of a student who went to University of Nairobi for a parallel degree program, which is very costly.
Yes.
What he had initially chosen to do architecture. He managed to get an A- grade and was called to JKUAT to do architecture. But then I don't know what happened, and the parents sponsored him to go to University of Nairobi to do medicine. And then after 2 years of med school, he tells the parents, I don't think I have what it takes. I'm not interested in medicine. It was peer pressure.
Yeah.
So I want to do teaching, and I want to teach mathematics and chemistry.
Yeah.
So this trial and error is very costly for the parents, and then there's wastage of time. It's very frustrating for the parents. I know of another one who enrolled at one of the university for aeronautical engineering, and then he went to JKUAT to do medicine at 4th year. I just talked to that student 2 weeks back. He doesn't want to go back to school. He says he's not interested in medicine anymore. After investing 4 years, now he wants to do computer science.
And these are courses that were selected by the parents.
Initially,
or by them.
They are not guided, so they really don't understand that these are serious issues.
Yes.
Careers is very serious,
Yeah.
and it's unfortunate that most of the people, even today, they don't take careers to be serious. Yeah, it is very serious. That is why I decided to pen it down, to provide the guidance. And even after that, the books that I have written, I expected so many schools to be eager, but even that is not taken seriously by the educators themselves.
Yeah.
I've managed to get support from some leaders. They decided, let me take these books for my constituents. But, I had expected, because there's that huge gap, and I've written these books to fill in that gap. It's just like it's business as usual.
So how do we guide? How do you guide?
I try. That is why I'm here.
So guide today, because honestly, I see this, and it's true. Most of the courses we did, it was out of I like that.
Yes.
I listen to this person's voice on radio, and I love it.
Exactly.
I see so and so on TV, and I love it, so I want to do it.
Yes.
And if you're lucky enough to have a parent who will follow you in your whims and say, you want to get into broadcast?
Yes.
Go into broadcast, right? They will not fight you. That was now my case.
Yes.
They're like, you want to do broadcast?
Yes.
Go into broadcast. Find yourself the institution that you want to go for. How much is the fee? Nenda. For me, but you see, a lot of us don't get that. But even in our whims of trial and error, you get there and you don't want it.
Yes.
So how do I avoid this confusion, especially for a young person? How do I know exactly what I want to do?
There's a lot there's a lot of sensitization that is needed.
Yeah.
I personally I'm in education, and I love what I am doing. Every day in the morning when I wake up and go to TUM, I just love it. It's like a hobby to me.
Yeah.
I love teaching. I love guiding students, and I want everybody to have the same experience, to love what they're doing. So I really do not understand, like, when you're told that you have malaria and I have drugs for malaria and you continue suffering, because the first people that I'd expected who will embrace the books are the schools.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the capacity. I teach counseling psychology at the university, and one of the units that I teach is careers, career guidance. So it's very serious, and the people who are supposed to be benefiting are not really woken up as far as awareness of careers is concerned. I've gone down many schools in Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale, Lamu. They have been invited to many career fairs, but it's not yet there. I'm not yet satisfied. I am not yet satisfied that matters career are taken seriously. They are not.
How do I know what I need to do? How does a student know what they need to do?
We also, there's the career guidance, but we also have psychological tests. Like now I'm an expert. We do psychometrics, especially to a student who is confused, completely confused, because there are others, they already know what they want. You can be able to easily advise, because when you start discussing about their interest, when you look at their personality, you are able to easily guide. But there are others who will get confused completely. They have the grades, but they don't know what to do. So we subject them to certain psychological tests, and then the results usually guide, and they provide career options, not only one but several.
All right.
Yes.
Doctor.
Yes.
Mimi napenda haya mazungumzo. Ukiona nimetulia alafu nasikiza.
Nakuona.
Yani huwa napenda mazungumzo. Kwanza elimu, sasa tunajua tena elimu ni nguzo ya kila kitu. Sasa hapa kwenye kujua kwamba mimi nataka kufanya hiki na mwisho wa kwisha mimi niwe hiki huku juu. Kuna mzazi, kuna mwanafunzi, halafu kuna na huyu ambaye kwamba ni mwalimu. Na wewe mwenyewe umethibitisha kwamba wote hawa mpaka sasa kulingana na kitabu ambacho umekiandika, hakuna ambaye anatilia maanani kwamba hiki ni kitu cha kufanywa
kabisa.
Changamoto ni ipi? Maanake hapa kuna anayefundisha, kuna anayetaka mtoto wake asome kabisa, na kuna anayetaka anayetakiwa kusoma kabisa. Maanake kuna kutaka kusoma na unatakana usome kabisa. So changamoto ni nini? Kwamba mafungu yote matatu hayaoni umuhimu wa career guidance. Changamoto iko wapi? Because umeenda Lamu, Tana River, Mombasa, Kilifi, Kwale na possible hata Nairobi umefika na Kenya nzima.
Kabisa, nimefika Nairobi wiki iliyopita, nilikuwa Kajiado
home base.
Ni home base. Nilikuwa Kajiado on Saturday. Pia nikiongea na walimu na wanafunzi kuhusu mambo ya careers na mambo mengine. Ile mvua bado haijatupiga ya kujua umuhimu. Unaona kama mambo ya afya ya akili, mental health, mpaka watu walipoanza kujitoa uhai ndio imekuwa discussion katika jamii kwamba kuna shida na tutaitatua vipi. So watu bado wako rigid, wako na zile taswira zao ambazo bado wamekataa kuzibadilisha. Ni kama mtu anaenda tu shule, akipata grade fulani tushamuamulia huyu wa atafanya hivi, ama huyu, yani wanatoa tetesi ambazo kwa karne hii haziendani.
Kuna grade ambazo kwamba zinaendana na elimu hii.
Haswa tunakataa kama mwanafunzi amepata hata grade ya E. Unajua anaweza pia kwa daktari. Amepata grade ya D- anaweza kwa daktari. Kwa sababu serikali imetoa ile option ya pili, ile ya TVET. Unaona, unapata grade ya E ama ya D-, unaenda unafanya unaingia kama hizi technical training institutes, unafanya artisan course, kama tuseme kwa mfano wewe unapenda mambo ya wiring, electrical wiring. So umepata D-, lakini uko na hamu ya ya kufanya wiring. Kwa hivyo serikali imekupatia nafasi, utafanya artisan, alafu ukimaliza utaendelea pale pale ufanye craft, alafu utaendelea ufanye diploma, ukimaliza umaliza diploma utaingia degree, kumaliza degree utafanya masters, kumaliza masters utapata PhD. Lakini ile serikali imetupatia hizo nafasi kutangu yani ujikuze mpaka juu, lakini pia sisi hatuchukui hizo nafasi. Unaacha mtoto anakaa kwenye vibaraza, anakuwa frustrated. Yule mtoto, mimi kitu ninasikia uchungu ni kwamba yule mtoto ana maisha moja tu, hana maisha mawili. Hakuna repeat ya maisha. Ukiishi umeishi, umemaliza. Ukienda umeenda. Kwa hivyo amepata grade D-, kwa hivyo unafanya kama ni takataka, hana tena maana. Ambapo serikali imemtolea njia mbadala ya kukua na yeye pia aweze kujisimamia. Kwa hivyo hapo katika hicho kitabu pia nimetoa hizo TVET options, kwamba mtoto ni mtoto, lazima na yeye afike, tunaita katika saikolojia self actualization. Na yeye pia anafaa kustawi, anafaa kuwa na maisha mazuri. Na ikiwa maisha mazuri ni kusoma, anasoma. Hata kama ni fundi wa cherehani, anaingia, kunao hizo programs, anakwenda mpaka PhD. Na yeye pia anakuwa mwalimu kama mimi katika chuo kikuu.
I'm looking at chapter 4 and I want us to look at this. It says choosing a career path, what to consider. What should one consider?
Many things. As I had said earlier, tukona interest. We have interest of the student. What is he interested in? We have job availability. Definitely you want to go into a career. Either you want to get self-employed, because kama hizi careers hospitality and tourism, catering, and these are careers. Alafu kama ICT you can self-employ. Alafu kuna zile careers ambazo kuna opportunities za kazi. Like for example, you want to go into a career because at the end of the day you want to be employed. Okay, you want to have a good job, you want to have a good life. So that's an option. And then we also have values. Okay, we have come from different culture, we come from different religions. We have those values that have made us be who we are today. So you're looking at a career that will not go against your beliefs and your values. You're looking at a career, you're looking at your long-term goals. You're going into this career, and then what next? Are you just going to get stuck at that same position for a prolonged period of time, or do you have bigger dreams for yourself? So we have so many reasons, like your personality. Am I an introvert, meaning that it's so hard for me to interact with people, so I have to choose a career where I'll be comfortable with my personality. So there are many, it's not just qualification. There are many other things that we look at when you're choosing a career. You are what makes you kick, what makes you excited. That is why I always say career should be your hobby. It should be something that really makes you happy every day. It's not like you're waking up in the morning and you're already tired. You're going to work because you just have to make a living, which is very wrong. Yes, that is why we have frustrated workforce. Yes.
And I think when you began this conversation, you talked about somebody being in employment, or rather in a certain career for around 36 years.
Exactly.
And you are unhappy.
Exactly.
Right? So in an instance where I realized, okay, I got into this career, but now I don't like it, right? There's room for change.
Exactly.
What does that person do who they've been in this job 5 years, 6 years? Because I don't think we're chained to a chair.
Yes.
How do they make a U-turn? Yeah.
So we always, when we do career guidance, we encourage, if you feel like, depending on your space. Like personally, I started as a high school teacher, and I felt I can stretch and be a university lecturer. So I asked myself tough questions. What do I need? I need a master's degree, I need a PhD degree. And at the same time, I had commitments. I had a husband and children and financial obligations. But because I really wanted to change and move from high school to the university, I needed to make adjustments and many sacrifices. So I have seen people changing careers. It's not very easy. It is something that you have to decide, because definitely there will be financial implications. There there'll be sacrifice of time. I just had a discussion last month with somebody who has a family and who wants again to change careers, and she has so many obligations, and the program that she wants to do is not offered locally, so she has to travel abroad. So it becomes even more difficult. That is why many people just decide to remain where they are. So it is possible for you to change careers, but definitely there will be sacrifices. You may need to do more training, and training comes with money and time, because you still need to keep your job and maybe go for evening classes, or you don't have time for yourself. I remember my husband, when I was doing my PhD, he was like, when are you going to finish? Because it affected even the family, because the mother of the house is always on the laptop. You're always traveling because you need to go for defenses and many other things. It is possible to change a career, but it comes with a price.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes, and from what I'm getting is you also need to have an understanding partner.
Yeah. Thank God I do.
Thank God you do.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so how do I if I'm in a certain career path, right?
Yes.
How do I monitor my growth to ensure that I'm not stagnating?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
After how long actually, how do I monitor growth?
Well, I will say after every 3 years, you need to move. You need to move. You cannot be doing the same thing for 10 years. It's wastage of time. Yeah.
And break it down. By move, what do you mean?
It means if there is an opportunity for promotion, like where I work, we have periodic promotions, but you'll not be promoted until you're prepared. Like my station, for me to be promoted, I have to publish in journals, I have to write, I have to do research, I have to supervise masters and PhD students. So if I feel it's a bother, then I'll remain there for the rest of my life. But if I really want to grow, then there's so many indicators that I need to satisfy before I move. So you have to make a deliberate effort to move from one position to another position, but don't get too comfortable. The comfort zone can lull you completely. Yes.
Mbona umeshtuka?
Hiyo kitu ya amesema
You need to move.
You need to move.
Yes.
You cannot be at one place for 10 years.
Yes.
3 years is enough.
Yes.
Was she speaking to you?
Yes.
I was listening.
I think you were speaking to him.
Yeah, I want to change career.
Yeah.
No, but you see, we need to understand.
Yes.
And maybe like for I think I get what he's how he's picked it up.
Yes.
Moving does not mean
moving
broadcast
exactly
to law.
Exactly. Yes.
It does not mean that now I'm in broadcast journalism, and so now I move to law. I start a whole different path.
You can if you want to.
If you want to.
Yes.
But when you're saying for the 3 years, that means moving in my
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
In my area of expertise.
Exactly.
That's now moving upward.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you want to change careers?
To do something else completely different.
Completely different.
It is possible.
You still can.
It all starts from the mind.
Yeah.
It is already here.
I always tell my students that the mind is the master, the body is a slave.
Yeah.
The mind is the engine. So when the mind decides, the body follows suit.
I like that. I like that. Let's go to chapter 16.
Yes.
It says now empowering parents as career mentors.
Exactly.
And I'm insisting on parents because honestly, they play a big part.
Yes.
In our future.
Exactly.
In who we are. Both at home. There are a lot of influences. How do we empower now parents to become good career mentors for their kids? And also talk about when a parent wants to live their dream through their child.
Exactly.
I had growing up, my mom was a nurse, right? And I remember she kept on saying I needed to become a clinical officer, right? She really wanted a medic in the family. She really wanted that. And of all of us, I think she just said, you should try this. And I wasn't interested at all. I loved media just growing up. And I remember saying, no, I do not want to go in this direction. I want this direction. She didn't fight me, actually. She just said, okay, this is what you want. Why? And I remember just having the conversation and saying, this is why I think I would do it. And already picked an institution. I remember every time we'd go home, I looked at Maseno University and I said, this is where I want to do.
Oh, you were at Maseno?
Yes, I was at Maseno.
Okay.
So it's on our way home.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I'll tell my mom, this is exactly where I want to go. And I think every single time I said that, she supported that. She supported that part of me, but not without push and pull. Because I think in the second year, there was a need for, you need to switch courses in my second year. But I stuck to my guns and I said, no, this is exactly what I'm going to do. Let's talk. Now I want you to talk to the parents. Because they do influence a lot.
Yes, they
and
do.
the parent would say, I'm the one who's paying the fee.
Exactly.
You will do exactly what I want. Talk to them.
I don't think that is being fair because that is not your life.
Yes.
It is true what you're saying, that the parents are a very big influence on career decisions of their children. But I will say even the generations have really shifted. The way we were is not the way we have the Gen Zs these days. They have a lot of information. They're more enlightened, I would say. We used to accept whatever the parents are telling us. At least when I was deciding on my career, it wasn't really a big issue. But now we have, I want to advise the parents because they have a lot of, the current generation has a lot of information because of the space, the social media, the virtual space. So they're able actually to do research on their own and decide on the careers that they want. As I told you, we have tests like psychometrics. They can actually have access to it. I think it is important for parents to guide their children when it comes to career, but to give them space, the children to express themselves and then to come to an understanding. It is unfair for the parents to stand by just one career because I have seen the damage. I have seen people, students are unhappy at the university. I have been in charge of the guidance and counseling section at the university, and I've seen a lot of wastage. Students become truants, but they don't really concentrate. Some of them go into drugs because they're frustrated. I'm interested to do hospitality, and my parent is insisting that I have to do electrical engineering. So when he goes to class, it's a struggle. So they look for distractions. So we're actually destroying these people. Some will be obedient and they will end up doing the program. But then when they go to the world of work, they will not be happy. They will always blame you because you did not give them an opportunity to do what they love. So as parents, I think we need to support. There may be times when the children are looking for unrealistic careers. We need to guide them. And if you feel you do not have what it takes, then we look for experts.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Dr. Madiha. We've been speaking to Dr. Madiha Salim. She is the Dean School of Humanities and Social Sciences at TUM, and she's also a psychologist. And she's equally an author. And the book here is Empowering Futures, a handbook for career guidance in schools. I would recommend parents, students, different stakeholders, especially the institutions, our university institutions, get a copy of this. It's very, very important. Where do we get this copy?
Well, they can call me and I can organize. Like I told you when I was coming to the studio, I already have 5 books with me here. I'm taking them to Mandera. There's a high school in Mandera that is interested. Mandera is far. Good. So I'm sending these books to Mandera right now. They can call me. You can share my number, whoever is interested, and then I make arrangements for them to receive the books. It's not about me making money. It is me enlightening the community.
Would you want to share your number, or do you have a social media page where they can
No, I can share my number, but I'll encourage them to use WhatsApp and not to call. Because I'm a lecturer, I do not have time to pick calls. But if they send messages or they send me WhatsApp messages, I will always get back to them.
Share the contact.
Kuna mmoja hapa kwa agitated lakini time ndo hai.
No, ngoja, let her share the contact first. Yes.
Yeah, so they can send WhatsApp.
Yes.
0727 877-070.
All right.
You want me to repeat it?
Yes.
Okay, 0727 877-070. So they send an SMS or a WhatsApp message. I'll get back to them.
All right then. Question.
Anasema sisi wa health ndio tusemeje wakati tumekaa one place for over 20 years. And then akasema health, education, media, law, jeshi, you can only change the employer. So lazima aelewe tofauti, please. Awache kutuona ni kama hatuelewi something kitu kama hiyo.
La hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Ukiwa ni uko jeshi, uko education, uko mali kokote, you need to grow. Mtu ambaye yuko at the same place for 20 years, that's not good enough. Kwa nini wewe huwezi kuwa CEO? Kwani CEO ana tofauti gani na wewe? If it is experience, gain the experience. If it is papers, go and get the papers. Hizo ndo tunaziita closed mindset, negative mindset.
And I think whatever Dr. Madiha is saying is, you see, when she's talking about growth, she started as a teacher in high school, right? And then from high school, then she felt like, I need to be a lecturer, right?
Yes.
Then you went and did your master's.
No. In fact, what I did is when I was in high school, when I was teaching, at the same time I was during free time, because I had the luxury of school holidays or evenings, I was doing my master's. So then when there was an opportunity, the opportunity that made me shift to the university was I was a psychologist. The counseling, I was in charge of the counseling unit at the university. So they needed a PhD for me now to move to full academics.
Yes.
So I moved to full academics. And then I was made the director career services. And then I continued writing and publishing and doing many other interesting stuff. And there was a position for dean. I applied and I was promoted. And I'm still on transit.
All right.
So there's nothing like it is not possible.
There's continuous growth.
Yes, there is, definitely.
Thank you for making time today. We've enjoyed the conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.